Okay. So, Mrs. Carr, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Well, listen, before we get started, I wanted to review the confidentiality policy with you.
Okay.
Whatever we say here stays here, except in the case of risk harm to you or yourself, or in the case of abuse to children or the elderly.
Okay.
And also, as you know, I am a student social worker.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love your frock.
Thank you.
Are you chilly today, or just need some comfort clothing?
Comfort clothing. Comfort clothing. Yeah.
Is that because you're coming to talk to me, or what's going on?
No, I just had a rough week, so I don't know. It made me feel pretty.
It made you feel pretty, yeah. It is very pretty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Have you talked to the school anymore since our last session?
No.
No.
I didn't know what to say.
Have they called?
I don't know. We don't have an answering machine, and sometimes the phone rings and I don't answer. So they might have. I don't know.
I understand. So, are you feeling any more open to their calling?
Yeah, I tried to think about what you said in terms of, if I just open in communication with them, I don't know what to say, and I'm afraid they're gonna yell at me or, tell me my kids are doing something wrong.
Right.
So I just have kind of avoided it.
Right. Well, how would you feel if you and I practice a little bit with role play? Have you ever done role play before?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Well, in role play, we take a position and we act out that position. Like, you could be the school and I could be Mrs. Carr. I could be you.
Oh, to practice what to
and
say.
you could call me and you could talk to me like they talk to you from school, and maybe I could demonstrate another way to talk to them.
Okay.
Just trying to get the lines of communication open a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Would
Yeah.
you like to practice that? Now, you can take either position. What's your preference?
I like the idea of being the school.
You like the idea of being the school?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what's the lady's name at the school?
Janine.
Janine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I'm going to sit here and wait for you to call me.
All right. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Carr. This is Janine from the school.
Hi, Janine. It's so good to hear from you. How are you doing?
Good, good. I'm calling. I have some more concerns about what we talked about a couple months ago, in terms of Lorraine's, clothing and hygiene and the fights that Phil's been getting into.
Is there an issue that's happening more recently?
No, I mean, Phil's actually been doing pretty well. He's been seeing the social worker at school, and he hasn't gotten any fights recently. But,
Okay, then seeing the social worker at school is doing well. Can you tell me what your concern is exactly?
I'm pretty concerned about Lorraine still. She's, she mentioned that you had some problems at home in terms of water and...
Miss Janine, I'm sorry. We're getting the hot water heater fixed next week. We have an appointment with the serviceman.
Oh, great.
So we have been working on these issues. I appreciate your patience as we get them resolved. I'm doing the best I can here.
I know you are. Is there anything we can do to help? I hate seeing Lorraine picked on at school.
I don't know. What do you think would help?
Well, we do have showers and stuff available at school, in the locker room. Is that something that she'd want to utilize before or after school?
I think that would be up to Lorraine with what she feels comfortable with. I don't think she feels comfortable showering in the open. So, we could talk about this with Lorraine.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I just wanted to check in with you. I'm glad to hear that things are getting fixed, and it sounds like there shouldn't be a problem after next week.
Right.
Okay, great. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now, how did that go? How did you feel being the person calling?
I felt bad after, like, you kind of explained what was going on. Like, I wasn't so, I don't know the word, but I wasn't interested in calling and, like, getting you in trouble or yelling at you after you explained, like,
Right.
what was happening. So.
Right. And another thing, how did I answer the phone?
I don't remember.
Okay. From what you tell me, you don't answer the phone, and when we just close it off completely, it completely shuts things down.
Mhm.
You know, and both parties tend to feel badly on both sides. But when we keep a positive outlook, like when I answered the phone, I said, "Hello, Janine. How are you doing today?"
Oh yeah, you were nice to me, even
Nice.
though
Mhm.
I don't like it when they call.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, what do you think? Is this something you could do?
Yeah, I think I could answer the phone and kind of try to be more pleasant, but you did you were able to really explain and make it clear that you were doing the best you could, and I have a hard time doing that.
There's nothing special about me that isn't special about you. We're not so much different. You can do this. It just takes a little practice.
Okay.
The situation is very rough and complicated, and it's understandable that you would experience these things. Some tension in trying to resolve these issues.
Okay.
Are there other ways that you think that we can ease your discomfort?
I don't know. It being on the phone seems so hard. Like I'd have to think, respond quickly and kind of think on my feet, and that seems really tough to do.
Yeah. I think a large part of it is sticking with the present. You know, you can't neglect what's going on today because of issues of yesterday. You really have to deal with the present as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it helps to kind of set boundaries. And I understand that you may have a difficulty in doing that right now, but that's why I'm here to help you.
Okay.
Okay? So, have you ever written a letter to anyone and let them know how you feel and
Yeah, I've never actually sent it.
Well, that's good. That's exactly what I had in mind.
Okay.
Okay. I'm thinking it would be very beneficial for you to get these feelings that you're having out.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're not able to articulate them to me. So I was thinking maybe you could write the school a letter. You never have to send it. It's just between you and the paper.
Mm-hmm.
But when you write the paper, you write down everything you feel.
Okay.
Whatever you think. Like, I don't know, if I were you personally, I would be really upset and feel like they were holding me accountable for things that were outside of my control.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get that when I talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I accurate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe if when you're writing this letter, let them know that they've hurt your feelings by doing this. You know, if you're not comfortable telling it to them to open up the communication, put it in the paper. Then you can seal it up. You can tear it up. You can put it in a drawer. You can throw it in the garbage. You can bring it back to me and discuss it with me if you feel comfortable doing that. Whatever you decide, it's your decision.
Okay.
So, after you do that, next week, why don't you come back and see me, and when you do, let's do the role play again.
Okay.
You feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, and this time I'll be me.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
You be you. And we'll just practice, and we'll keep on practicing till you feel comfortable. And next week, if you're still feeling uncomfortable, well, if the letter helps you this week, then next week maybe you can do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
But we're going to try and work this out to get you to a place where you feel more comfortable.
Okay.
Okay? I know it seems unachievable, but it's work. Okay?
Mhm.
Everybody goes through.
Okay.
Okay? So I'll see you next week.
All right.
All right.
That
then
sounds
Miss
good.
Guy.
Thanks.
Have a good week.
You too.